Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video. If you are seeing my face for the first time, I'm Estelle and welcome to our channel. To the OGs, those of you who have been with us for some time now, thank you so much for your support. If you're just watching and going your way, thank you, but please don't forget to like, comment, and the best of all, subscribe. Okay, hit that subscribe button, and do not only hit the subscribe button, also click on the notification bell, okay, so that you're notified anytime a new video is up. So guys, today I want to answer some of the travel questions I've had based on my travel video. So people commented asking questions about the flight, how to book a flight, duration and stuff like that. So I've jotted down some few points and also have some of the questions that people have asked. I would answer them, and also some tips on planning your travel, everything travel or anything travel. Okay, yeah, so let's get right into it. So guys, if you from my travel video, you'll notice that I didn't weigh my luggage before leaving home, so I was way above the stipulated luggage allowance. So if you want to know the luggage allowance, you have to go to the website of the flight you're traveling on. They have all that information there. To be on the safer side, not to repeat what I did or go through what I went through, you need to weigh your luggage. You can have a hand scale. You can purchase a hand scale where you used to just lift your luggage, you know. I will insert a picture of a hand scale somewhere here. Yes, how it looks. You can purchase that. If you don't have the means of purchasing that, or if you don't have access to that, you can actually carry your stuff to maybe a gas station, or what we call in Ghana a filling station, a gas filling station, and then you let them weigh it for you. I think they have scales there that they can use to do that. Okay, before you travel, there are many airlines you can travel on or you can travel with. Some are cheaper, some are more expensive. Okay, so if you want to weigh your option of maybe going for something within your means, or it depends on how much you can afford. Okay, yes, so the first thing to do is to compare. You can compare the prices of the various airlines. Compare the prices of the various airlines and see what you can work with. Once you get that, then you can proceed to book your flight. Now, the best way to book your flight is to go on the website of the airline you want to travel with. I'm saying this because if you watch my video where I was telling my story of where I was bounced at the airport, I wanted to travel and I couldn't travel because I got to the airport and they said no, you can't travel on this airline because you couldn't transit in this country, blah blah blah. If you not watch that video, you want to watch it. I made a mistake of booking my flight with some of these online agents. So I'm not saying all of them are bad, but this is my experience with an online agent. So the best advice I'll give anyone who would ask me, because I've been through it, the best advice I would give anyone who would ask me how to successfully book a flight is to go on the website of the airline, not a travel agent or anything like that, because I had a very bad experience. So you have online agents like, I think there's Kayak, there's Opodo, there are many others. They sometimes give you the they compare flights fares or airline fares, and then they give you which one is less, or yeah. But I think you can also do that by yourself. If you want to go through the trouble, you go to maybe Lufthansa, you check how much they are charging from maybe Accra to Chicago. You can go on Emirates, United, any airline at all. Just check how much is a one-way or a round trip to your destination. Okay, now if you do that, when you get there, when you get to the airline's website, you would notice they will be asking questions, maybe whether it's going to be a round trip or a one-way. So a one-way is if you're traveling to a destination and you're not returning, you're not going back to your country or where you are coming from. That's a one-way, just flying in, okay? But a round trip is there's a return, so you are coming in and going back at a stipulated date, or in a time frame. So that's the difference between a one-way and a round trip. So if they ask you that, if you go there to book your air tickets, they will ask you that, and then you also be asked for the date of your travel. You will be asked several questions. You will be asked whether you are traveling alone or with kids or with your partner, stuff like that. You have to put in all those details. And also if you are traveling with a pet, all those details. And then if you get to the bottom, then they will tell you to insert your passport number or travel document number. They will not probably say passport number, travel document number, and all those good things. They will ask for all that information. And then when you are ready, you just book your flight. Now, some of them would put you on hold. They would give you time within which to pay. Others would, if you pay right away, that's fine. Others will say they cannot probably hold this for long until payment is done and stuff like that, because your payment secures your spot, okay? Because if you just go there to make the arrangement without payment and the airline is getting full and someone else comes with money, then the person is going to take your spot. So maybe you would have to book the next available one, or the next available one. So that's how it works. The best way is to go to the airline. So on that website, you also see everything concerning luggage allowance, how much the airline, how much weight of your luggage the airline allows. Mostly it is 23 kilograms per bag for 2 bags or 2 luggages, okay? 23 per bag for 2, so 23 each, 23, yes. And also hand luggage. If you watch my travel video, you realize that Brussels Air weighed my hand luggage, which was a bit weird for me because I've never experienced that before, and I didn't know hand luggages could be weighed. Okay, so that was my first experience, and I didn't find it funny at all because I was really surprised. Mostly we try to have the stipulated weight for the luggages, the ones that we know they will weigh, and we try to put most of the things in our hand luggage because maybe you're taking more than you expect to take. So the hand luggage kind of helps to put some of the things you would want to have which could not go into your luggage because it's the weight is 23 and you've reached that stipulated weight. Okay, now if you're traveling with an airline that weighs the hand luggage, then you have to be cautious. So you check on the website to see if hand luggages are weighed by this particular airline. Okay, so you'll be in the known. Don't get to the airport and you are kind of stranded because there are some very vital things you want to take, but because they are weighing all these things, you need to offload most of the things, and that's what I did and left most of my things back home. Okay, so let's continue. After checking all these things on the website of the airline, then you equip yourself now. On the day of travel, there are some things that are not supposed to be in your hand luggage. In your hand luggage, do not carry anything liquid. Your perfume, your water or stuff like that. Do not put that in your hand luggage, because if your hair cream and stuff, if you put anything like that and they are checking you, you get to immigration and they are checking you before you go to your boarding gate, they will take all of them out. Yes, it is not taken out when you are weighing your stuff. No, those ones, the one you weigh, you will not see them again until you get to your destination or your country of transit. If you're transiting, we will get there. There are some cases where if you're transiting, you transit and get all your luggages and recheck in before you move. That's different. So you're going to be checking in a different time. That's different. Okay, so if you're traveling, do not have perfumes or anything liquid in your hand luggage because they will throw them away. Okay, they will throw them away. So do not have that in your hand luggage. All those things should be in your other luggage, that it's not going to be on you on the plane. Okay, that being said, then you go through the checks and everything. They'll check your documents to see your travel documents, see if you're the person traveling and blah blah blah, all those stuff. Now, as soon as you get out from immigration, you're going to, on your boarding pass, you'll be given a boarding pass. There's this paper, you know, that has your name, details, wherever you're going and all the good stuff. It's called a boarding pass. With your boarding pass, you would have on it your boarding gates. Sometimes, if they are nice enough, they will tell you that your boarding gate is D or E or F or what, you know. But other times, if they don't tell you, then you just look on your boarding pass and you see your boarding gate. So you make your way to your boarding gate. So the boarding gate is actually where you would wait until it's time for you to board. Yes, so you sit at your boarding gate and you wait and board. Okay, but one thing you should do is, if you're confused about anything, there are security men at vantage points who would help you. So make sure you are talking to the right person. There are also very bad people everywhere, you know, so don't just talk to anyone at all. Make sure you are talking to people designated to do so. In Ghana, I can assure you that you get someone to talk to, but in other countries, everyone looks and seems so busy. Okay, if you ask people questions, they don't even wait. They don't wait to answer you. So the best thing to do is to read signages and make sure you locate people that are in uniforms. You know, maybe there's someone in a uniform that you think, okay, this person is an official, you know, before you ask. And also, one thing you shouldn't do is to leave your luggage unattended to. The hand luggage you have on you, the one that you're going to keep on you on the plane, do not leave it unattended to. There are very, very bad people who could easily put stuff in your bag to put you in trouble. So do not leave your stuff unattended to. If you're going to the bathroom, if you're going to make a call and you want to excuse yourself, you can actually make a call everywhere, anywhere you are. But if you think, oh, things are private, you want to get up, you're going to get food, you're going to get water, all those things are in the airport. Food, water, they are in the airport. You see, from your boarding gate, you can locate all these things. Washrooms, bathrooms, whatever, they are all in the airport. Okay, if you are going to any of these places, do not leave your bag. Do not leave it and tell someone, oh, kindly keep an eye on my bag for me, I'll be right back. No, don't do that. Carry your bag wherever you go. If you are eating, let it be by you, your eyes always on it, or on your laps. Carry it like a baby. Like a child. That's just by the way, because if you're traveling with a baby, then how are you going to carry your luggage like a baby? Yeah, so that's one thing not to do. Leave your bags unattended to. Okay, now one of the questions I had was, how much does extra luggage cost? It depends. The cost of extra luggage depends on every airline. Okay, every airline and how much they want to charge for extra luggage, and that information can be seen on their website. If the airline you're traveling with, if you check their website, extra luggage is there. They will tell you how much for a number of kilograms. Okay, so yes, let's board the plane now. Okay, so if you're boarding the plane, the last time I traveled, they were calling us according to some numbers. So if you see on your boarding pass, they will say maybe letter G, those in group G, those in group F. Also, this depends on the airline. I don't know if all airlines group people. Okay, sometimes you all just move in, but sometimes they would call by groups. That being said, most airlines, if you are boarding, they give priority to those traveling in first class. Of course, they would board before you. And also nursing mothers also will be given priority, so they would have to sit and all that before every other person. And those who are disabled, okay, and those who are disabled, they'll also be given priority. And so we were called in groups. I don't know if all airlines do that, we're called in groups. So those in group G, those in group A, those in group F, so that everything is orderly. So if you find yourself in a situation like that and you are being called, just be patient, but do not rush. Because if you rush and get there and it's not your group that's boarding, they will tell you to come and sit down, and it's embarrassing. You don't want to embarrass yourself, okay? So yeah, don't do that. And also, when you get to that place and you're walking into the plane, there are people on the way greeting you, you're welcome, they'll check your boarding pass, they'll tear a part off and give the remaining to you and stuff like that. Yes, then you go and sit down. Sometimes when you get to right in the plane, there's someone there that will tell you this is your seat number, in case you don't know. Also, the seat number is written on the boarding pass, but if you don't know, they will still mention it to you that your seat number is seat number this or this and that. So if you enter, they've written aisle, they've written window, aisle and window. Aisle is the very first seat, then there's a middle seat, and then there's the window. One mistake people make is sometimes they have the aisle seat, but they go and sit at the window, which is for someone else, and it causes a bit of tension or confusion. Because if the other person comes and he or she knows he's sitting at the window, and you who have the aisle seat is already sitting at the window, then there's going to be a bit of friction, because most people like the window seats. Not everyone will say, okay, it's okay, just sit there. No, some people would insist that that's their seat, so you'd have to get up. So these are some of the things you should know. Now, there's this question I want to address before I continue. Someone asked, when coming from Ghana and you transit in a different country's airport, how would you know where to move to before getting to the boarding gate to your next flight? So if you are transiting means you are passing to one country's airport or one airport before you get to your final destination. Okay, that's transiting. So some people call it layover. I'm having a layover at maybe this country. Yeah, people call it layover now. So if you're transiting and you get to your first country, the country you are transiting in, people have more than one transit depending on how you book your flights and where you are going. Okay, there are also direct flights. Okay, there are direct flights, but they are expensive or more. If you compare the prices of a direct flight to the one with transits, you would go for transits, unless you have the cash and you want to take a direct flight. Okay, yeah, so that's the difference. Direct flights are expensive. If you're transiting in a country, once you arrive, once the plane lands, you see everyone moving to one particular direction. Just follow the direction everyone is going. Then as you proceed, you start seeing signages. Sometimes you see exits. The signages will keep telling you where to go. They will tell you washrooms here. Then they will tell you welcome to this country. Those coming into the country, they would also branch at a place. Then they would also have signages showing you transits. So if you see transits, you follow that. Mostly the best way to be safe at any of these airports is to read signages. If you watched my video on my first time traveling or first time leaving Ghana or something like that, I made mention of some of these things. These things are very key. I can't stress this enough. Read, and read. If not, you would be frustrated. You would miss your flight and you'll be very, very frustrated. Read signages. That's the best way to get to your destination. Okay, so if you book your flight, you have the travel itinerary. All these things are stated. Okay, it's stated if you get to your transit, which gate you should go. All these things are on your travel itinerary. So you study your travel itinerary very well to know the gates that you are supposed to go to when you enter your transit airport. your transit country's airport or the transit airport. Okay, so you just follow signages. There will be a time, if you watch my travel video, you see there will be a time that you're the only one on a particular path. And don't panic if you find yourself in a situation like that, because if you read the signage and you know you are doing the right thing, there's no need to panic. Okay, when I got to Brussels, I wasn't able to easily locate my gate, my boarding gate, or the way to my boarding gate, because it was actually in a shop and I didn't know. It was in a duty-free shop and I didn't know where to pass. And then I looked around and I found out there was no other exit, you know, so the only exit or inlet was just to go into the shop. So I entered the shop and then I found out there was actually a route to the shop to the boarding gates. So if you read, you would find yourself where you are going to. Okay, also when you get to your transit airport or whatever, if you're not sure, there are always big screens that states when the flights are leaving, the time. They keep, like, they are kind of reminders of the flight number. So you see your flight number is on your boarding pass, so you check, you know what flight you are taking next. For instance, I came from Accra to Brussels, and then I came from Accra to Brussels through Brussels Air, and then from Brussels I took United. So I know the air flight, the flight number. And so when I got there, I tried to check, but it was too early to check because it was I had a layover of 4 hours, I think. Yes, so it was too early. The information hadn't been put on the screen yet, so I had to wait. So I kept checking from time to time so I do not miss anything. Then sometimes when you get to your transit airport, if you check the screen, they might change your boarding gate. Okay, so if you get there, be checking the screen from time to time to see where exactly your next airline is located. I mean, the gate to your next airline. Okay, the boarding gate to your next airline. So keep checking. Also, at some transit countries, they would check your documents again. You don't need, some transit countries, you don't need to recheck all your luggages again, because you would see your luggage at the end of your flight, your final destination. But there are some places where you would have to recheck, so make sure you know all these things. So you go claim your luggage and then recheck in if you are to do that. But if you're not to do that, you just have to wait at your boarding gate and go through immigration again. Sometimes they recheck all your documents again and issue you a new boarding pass. Okay, yes, they issue you a new boarding pass, so you don't have to use the old one. They issue you a new boarding pass and give you your new seat numbers. Okay, so you know where you're going to sit in your next flight until you get to your destination. So if you are someone who is traveling and do not have to claim your luggage and recheck in before getting to your final destination, when you get to your final destination, as I already said, you follow the crowd. You follow the crowd to baggage claim or luggage claim. Baggage claim is what they call it. So you go there, you wait, your luggage comes in it looks like a conveyor, you know, it comes around, you wait, when you see yours, you take it out. Before you were claiming your baggage, you might have gone through immigration and everything. You go through immigration, they check your documents to see if you're the right person coming into the country. Yeah, and all that. Then you go and claim your baggage. I think baggage claim is the very last thing you do before you go out of the airport. Yes, so that's it. Also, someone asked a question about if you're transiting in a different country, do you need a transit visa? Guys, this is a very complicated topic. So what I did was to call my airline. Numbers you can easily call, because you can send a mail, but I don't know how fast it is for most of these people to reply their mail. So to be on the safer side, just call. If you call and it doesn't go through, you can always send a mail. So I called and asked them. I told them, oh, I'm traveling with your airline from this country to, I'm traveling from Accra to Brussels. Do I need a transit visa? Because guys, if you watch my video where my sister was traveling to the United Kingdom, she was supposed to travel with I think, is it TAP Portugal, one of these airlines. And then we got to the airport and they told us she can't travel without a transit visa. So there and then she had to go by British Airways, which was a direct flight and no transit. Okay, so these are some of the things you should know. I think the best thing to do is to call the airline you are traveling with. Tell them this is your final destination, but you are transiting in this country. Would you need a transit visa? Most of them might say yes, and it's called a Schengen visa. Most of these European Union countries need transit visas. So to be on the safer side, ask your travel, the airline you're traveling with before embarking on the journey. Okay, one thing is that if you do not know and you leave home to the airport and then they tell you at the latter end, you know, it's frustrating. Also, if they allow you to go, if maybe you are traveling from Ghana and Ghana allows you to go and you get to Portugal and they say no, you can't make your journey onward because you need a transit visa, then you're going to waste a lot of money. And if you don't have money on you, then I don't know what you're going to do. So check all these things before embarking on a journey. If you watched my video where I said I was bounced at the airport, this was one of the things that happened to me, the transiting thing. So make sure you know how and when to do these things. Okay, yes, I think I've been talking for quite a while, and guys, we'll end the video here. If you have any more questions, make sure you DM us on our Instagram page. Okay, I will put the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you find this interesting and educative. Okay, yes, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.